Audrey, I'll give you about 8 points that we touched on, but I want to kind of explain a little bit more in detail. Number one question is trust. I need to win the trust of the parents, the students, and everybody in the district. With politics going around, people have lost confidence in school boards, politicians. I'm neither one of those. I'm a businessman. I was a poor kid who made it. I didn't have a lot of money. I used my resources wisely, and I made something of myself. You know what I mean? Along the way, I earned the trust of my mentors. I asked the taxpayers for the same thing. Without winning your trust, the most important person in this election is not the school board, not the candidates. It's you. I want to hear from you. And I'm looking. The one way to gauge trust is look at my past history. A good police officer is someone who is truthful and honest. He needs to write accurate, truthful police reports. Just look at my history. Been a police officer about 9 years. Became an attorney. I'm an officer of the court. It's a shame that both professions have some bad apples. Those are the ones you hear about on the news, but you don't hear about the 80% or 85, 90% of the officers who are honest and trustworthy. So you're the most important person. I need to win your trust and your children's trust, number one. The next thing is the respect between the board members. You're always going to disagree with your adversary. Attorneys are great at this. In court, when we're arguing against each other, but when the thing is over, we're like, hey, that was good. I respect and trust your argument. That's the perspective I'm going to bring to the board. You might not agree with me 100% of the time, but you're going to respect my analysis and trust on the issues. So those are number two issues. Trust by the vote payers. There's a lot of politicians and school boards that have broken trust. I'm not going to break your trust. Some factors are my police record. Look at me in the eye. I look people. You have to take faith in me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You have to, you know what I mean? I try every single thing. I'm an open person. When I go out, I encourage people to talk to me. So number one. Number two is respect within the board members. Number three is technology. Technology galore is the term I use. So some of the districts, my goal is to give out iPad or Google Chrome to every single student in the district. Obviously, that's going to cost money, but that's money wisely spent because it opens your mind to creative thinking. So technology is a big issue. My fourth issue is support the teachers. We need to get politics out of the school district. Even the teachers that administration does not agree with, we need to give them a wish list. What training do you want to go to? You know what? I learn from my friends, but I learn more from my enemies. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. So a teacher who has a dissenting view from the administration, I really like that teacher because maybe she has the majority view, right? So we need to support our teachers. Teachers are the backbone of the school district. We need to support them, like them. Take the personal issue out of it. Even if you don't like them, support what they want to go through and support the professional development. Second thing, the fifth point is partnerships. I mentioned this at the school board meeting, and again, just today, Sayreville Police Department, Sayreville High School had a hazing issue which they canceled the high school football program. We need to team up with our partners. Again, it goes back to relationship. For example, we even have a new police chief in town, so that's even new. So not the enforcement point, I'm talking about more education for anti-bullying, things like that. You're going to change problems. The solution to the problem is more education and honest and open education. I would reach out to the police department with Manny. He's a new chief, for example. We were talking about change. We need education in the school districts so bullying doesn't happen. I watched a great documentary on YouTube about bullying. It opened up my eyes severely. We need an education process to make sure that no kid is bullied. This is a learning environment. Nobody's here to, we shouldn't be having that. The other thing is my mom and dad standard. This is another concept I use, saying that before I vote on any other issue, I try to imagine my mom and dad sitting there. What would they say about me? Can I openly vote this issue? I call this the mom and dad standard. Even when I'm in court, is this the right thing to do? What would my mom and dad tell me? That's the standard I live by. So again, the most important person in this situation is the client. The client is the students. Students, there's different levels of genius. A teacher's job is to kind of seek out the student's genius. Some kids are going to be in IA program. Some kids are going to be athletically. Some kids are going to be talented in music. I don't know that as a school board. My backbone is my teacher who's leading that class. I need to support different ways of genius that we can find out from this teacher because she's every day. Board members are not there every day. That's why we need to support our backbone and have them find out what the kids' individual genius is and support that and encourage them to excel.